Okay, let's start. So let's work on the search part today. क्या चाबी इधर है कपट में क्या हुआ चाबी इधर है ओके चले ये चले रूम में जाके मम्मी को लॉक लगा ली Okay, what happened? I think it's got stuck. Okay, let's start. Not this one. Let me restart it. I'll restart the Chrome. It's taking too much memory. Okay. So this is my home.js. Now we will work on the search part. Let's see what is in the search part. We have the keyword, we have the location, and we have the results within, show results within. So since we are dealing with the form, we already know when we did this create page, we need to build something, this constructor, and we need to create the state. And when we go with each field, we need to put the value and we need to put the on change event. Same thing we will do here. So let's start with the constructor. I'll say constructor props, and here I will say super props this dot state is equal to, and in the this dot state I will put the fields which I want to save. So what I want to save, I want to save the keyword. So this is the keyword. So one field I will create as keyword. Initially it will be null. Or let's make empty for now. And then there will be location. If I go here in the here we have location is empty object. Same thing we'll do here. Location empty object, and then we will put the last field, that is the search within. So I will make that search within as a boundary, and initially I will give the value of county because I want people to search within the county. Because anyhow, if I am going for food donation, I will be I'll be mostly interested in the food donation near my city, maybe inside my county. I don't want to go outside my county to grab something. So I will initially make it county as a default. Later on, user can change it. So just create the constructor in the home.js. Okay, so constructor is created for the three fields, which are the fields in the form. Let's open it again. Okay, so these three fields we have to concentrate. Now either user can put the keyword and click the search button, or user can put the location and click the search button, or user can put keyword and location both and click the search button. And this search result within, show results within, is compulsory. So with either of these two, this show results within is compulsory, but this show results within will only be applied to the location, not the keyword. If they choose the location, then only we have to take consideration of this one. So now what we have to do, we have to apply the two things. One is a value, and value will be this dot state dot keyword, and we have to apply the on change event. On change equal to curly bracket, and inside curly bracket we have to create an arrow function with the e. E is the event, and here we will say this dot set state, and in the set state we will update the keyword. So I will say keyword is equal to e dot target dot value, because value will come inside. Whatever user will change, it will be in the form of this e dot target dot value, and we are updating the keyword. We are updating the state. So whenever user changes the input value, we are updating the state, and the whole state will be updated. Just put this input box, and then we will move further.
Yes, done.
Okay. Now similarly, whenever we update the location, whenever user update the location, we get the object as whatever we want to save. So here I will say this dot set state, and inside it I will start with a curly bracket, and I will say location is equal to obj. So we will be saving location with the obj. Just do this after this obj console, just add this one. Okay. Okay. Now what we did for the first text box, we will do same thing for this text select box. I will say value equal to this dot state dot boundary, and I will say on change equal to, so we have to do same thing. On change we will say arrow function, and in the arrow function I will pass e, and here I will say this dot set state, and inside that I will start with the curly bracket, and I will say boundary colon e dot target dot value. And for each option we will give the value, because we want to know what is the value for this. So I will say county, and for the city I will say city. For the state I will say state. For the country I will say value equal to. These are the same words which we use to save our database. If you remember, I was saving the county in the county keyword, and I all was going inside the county. Similarly for city, state, and country. So name should match. Otherwise, we won't be able to access it. So just try to put this select box. Okay, so we have all the fields there. Let's see in the browser if everything is working as expected. I will refresh the page and see if any errors is coming or no. This error is not this is some Chrome extension is giving error. Okay, now I will try to update it and see if everything is going smooth. I will put some keyboard food. I can change the keyword. I will change the San Jose. Let's print out the state to see whether state is coming correctly or not. So in the render, I will say state is this dot state. Okay, now I will put some keyword food. Once I put food, keyword is coming food. Let's change the location. If I change the location, I can see the location is updated in my state with all the details. And then if I change this one, I get boundary also as a state. I can change to county. So I'm getting boundary as a county. So all fields are updated properly whenever I am changing these fields. Now when user will click submit, I will take all the fields and do something. So what I have to do, just look here. So you can also put this state and check it after some time, not now. Now what I will do, when the form is submitted, I will say here on submit equal to, I will say search. Maybe I will call some function on submit. I will say this dot search dot bind this. This is the way we call the function, and I have to, maybe I can say search records. I will name the function as search records. I'll create the function here as a search records. It will take one parameter as e. E is the event, and I will say e dot prevent default. Why I have to say this e dot prevent default? The reason is whenever the user clicks submit button, I don't want the form to get submitted. By putting this e dot prevent default, I stop the form submission. This will stop the form submission. I don't want form to be submitted. I want form to be submitted as I want. Means I don't want really the form to be submitted, but I want form to be submitted as in my own way. So I don't want the default way to submit the form. I will create my own way to submit the form, not the default way. So I have to put this statement, e dot prevent default. This will not submit the form, and we will submit as we want, in the way we want. So when I say on submit, that means whenever user clicks search button, I will be able to go to this function and I will write in this function some code. So create this function and also change the form tag to this dot search record dot bind this. Okay, now whenever the user submit the form, I will first see what is the state. Form is submitted and state is, I will check what is the value in the state, and I will delete this from here. So whenever the user will submit the form, I will see what is the coming in the state. Let's check that one. So I will fill something. I click submit. Once I click submit, form is submitted and state is, keyword is this, location is this, boundary is this. So now I have to write my logic here. So there will be first case when I will get this dot state dot keyword. User will put keyword also, and user will put location also. So I will get also this dot state dot location dot formatted address. Let's take this as a one value formatted address. I need to get one value. So I'll take any one of the value. Let's take formatted address. So when we have this keyword and we have this, or we can say latitude. So when we have keyword and latitude available, that means user has submitted, user has put keyword also, user has put the location also, and we'll take longitude also. Let's take longitude also. So that means I have the latitude, longitude, and the keyword. And I will do something here. Or else if user will only put the keyword, he will not choose the location. So I can say this dot state dot keyword, or user has put only the location. So I will get these two parameters. So this is the first case when I can say user has put keyword and location both. This case means when user has only put the keyword but he don't choose any location. user has put only location, and this one will be user has put, sorry, here only keyword here, and user has put only location. So user is not putting the keyword, only putting the location, then we will go into this part. But if user is putting only keyword, then we are going to this part. But when a user is putting keyword also, location also, then we are going to this if condition. So based on the if condition, we will do some different logic. Now what I will do, I will create a URL. So I will say var URL is equal to empty. Now when user selects this one, both, I will create different URL. When user select only keyword, I will select different URL. And when user create the location, I will create different URL. So let's create different URL. In the first case, I will say URL is equal to, I will start with some word search. And since I'm searching both, so I can say search both maybe, or search all. And then I will say first one, I will append this URL with the keyword. And then I will say slash, and then I will put this latitude. This latitude is needed to get the distance of all the food post. And I will say longitude. And I also want to pass the boundary because I want to see how far the user is, whether I want to show within the country or within the city or within the state. So I have to pass this dot state dot boundary, and also I have to pass this formatted address, whatever the user is putting in this location. So that is called the formatted address. That is called this formatted address because I have to display that results near San Francisco, CA, United States. So when user put some location, I will show here results near San Francisco. So I want this location. So I created the URL like this, search all, this keyword. So before you create this URL, just you put this if condition. I'll give you this if condition. First put this if condition and then we'll put one by one URL. So just put this if condition and then I will give you this separately. Okay, so now just put this first URL in the first if else condition. Okay, now let's make the second condition. I will say URL is equal to, I will start with search, and since we are searching the keyword, I will say keyword, and then I will put the keyword here. So I will say slash keyword. So we are creating another URL, search keyword state.keyword. So this is the second URL. Just put this also. So when they put the keyword, we don't need the boundary because boundary doesn't make any sense in the keyword.
Can we keep the comment?
Which one?
The comment.
This
You
one?
writing the comment. Can we keep it? Yes.
Yeah, comment should be there, no, so that you can know what's happening.
Yes.
Otherwise, after some days you may forget, so you have to keep the comment.
Oh, I have one question. I remember some once the time you told us in React, we cannot put a comment.
You cannot put comment inside the here JSX code.
Oh,
But this
inside
is
the render.
JavaScript. Yeah, inside the render part, this render part. Also, render part you can put here. You can put comment because that is the JavaScript.
Okay.
But if you go into this HTML code, you cannot put comment inside that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, see, this is a JavaScript. You can put comment. You can do whatever you do in JavaScript. But if I start inside this written part, inside the written part, you cannot put any comment. You can put the comment, but there is a different way to do that. So if I want to put comment, I will start with the curly bracket, end with the curly bracket, and I will start slash star, and I will end with star slash, and then you can put comment here. So this is the way to comment inside the render part,
Oh,
not the
okay.
JavaScript way. We have to use this way.
Yes.
So there are different ways. Okay, so we are done with this second, this state dot keyword. Let's go to the third one. I will say URL is equal to, I will start with the search. And here, since we are doing only locations, I will say location. And I will start with this part till end. So it will be latitude, longitude, boundary, and the formatted address. So this is the last one. Okay. Now we will print out the URL, how the URL looks. So I will say console.log URL is URL to see what URL is coming. I will, okay, let's now put something and see how the URL is coming. I will put some keyword food, location, San Jose, and search within county, and I'll say search. So when I say search, it is going to the search, URL is search all because we put both the things. Food is the keyword. This is the latitude, this is the longitude for San Jose, this is the county, boundary is the county, and we have this formatted address. Let's try to put something different, Indian food. When say Indian food, it's saying search all Indian food, latitude, longitude, county, San Jose, and this. Let's try to remove the keyword, and I'll search. Then it goes to the location because keyword is not there. So we get search location. This is there, county, San Jose, state, CA, USA. Now, let's remove this and let's put the keyword. But still we are getting all. We remove the location and still I'm getting all. So why is it so? Let's try to fix that. So form is submitted because in the location we have everything saved. So when I remove this field, internally it is still saving the location because this field is only outer layer and inside it still has the location it. Okay, I will fix this tomorrow because that's not a part of this one. I need to work little bit on it. So that part we will do tomorrow because I need to think how I can fix this part. Okay, so this part has to be thought uh, what changes I need to do. So that part we'll do tomorrow, but at least we will finish this search part, this search form. So let's say if I put now only keyword Indian food, then it's going to the search keyword Indian food. Now if you notice that Indian has space in it and then there is a food, and many times the browser does not allow the space in the URL. So we don't want the space. So we need to fix this part now. So wherever we have the string like this, we will wrap it with one of the JavaScript function that is called encode URI component. This will remove all the spaces and it converts into some encoded format. I will show you what is the encoded format is there. So wherever you have string, you have to put encode URI component. So latitude is not string, so it's fine. Longitude is not string, it's fine. Boundary is string, but we have the fixed value, and fixed value does not have space. So that this part is also fine. We don't need URI component here in the boundary. But this formatted address is done by a user, so we will put encode URI component. Same thing with here. I will wrap it with encode URI component. And same thing with the here. Formatted address, we have to put encode. So I'll just put this encode URI component in the chat. You have to wrap it again, all the string word, like that is keyword, formatted address, keyword, formatted address. Just wrap it around all these fields. Okay. Now let's test it again and see what is coming. Now if I put Indian food, and we click search, you will see it is saying Indian, %20 and food. So if we convert space into some URI encode format, it is %20. So it converts the space into %20. So same thing if I put location, then then if I search, it is saying San Jose %20 CA, something like this. So it is encoding this field and it is encoding this field. Rest all is fine. Now whenever user searches it, I will send the user to this URL. So I will send this user to this URL. But if user goes to this URL, we need routing for this URL. So we should create some routing which will match this URL. So let's go to the routing and create the routing for all these three kind of conditions. So I will take these three conditions and I will try to route it. So this is my routing app.js. I put routing. Right now I'm copying the URL to see what is the path and I will create the from this path. So I'm just putting temporary, then I will delete it just to make the path. Okay, let's take the first case. This is the first case. So I will create the routing. Let's copy this routing part and then here I will change it. So first part is search. So I will put the search. Second part is, in the first case it is all, in the second case it is keyword, in the third case it's location. So it's a dynamic, it is changing. Since it is changing, we will put colon and we will put something, maybe type. I can say this is the type all, type keyword, type location. Since it is changing, I will put the colon. By putting the colon, I will get this as a variable and I will able to know whether user is doing this URL or this URL or this URL. So we will be able to know what is the type, and based on the type, we will do some different things on the coding level. So I will put colon type. After type, we have the keyword. So I will say colon keyword, because keyword can be anything. It's a dynamic. So I will put colon here so that I can see what user has put. Then we have latitude. I will say colon latitude. Then I will say colon longitude. Then I will say colon boundary. Then I will say colon address, ADDR. So this one goes with the first URL and I will delete the first URL because I'm done with the first URL. And here component, I will call home right now, same component. I will not change it now. Now I'll copy this path and I'll paste it again and again for the second case and the third case. So let's go for the second case. We have search and the keyword. So search and type is fine. Then we have the keyword and keyword is there. Let's delete all other part. And in the third case, we have the search and location. Location is a type. Then we have latitude. We don't have keyword. Delete the keyword here. We have latitude, longitude, boundary, and address. So we are done with all kinds of routing. These three routings are needed. So whenever we get this URL, for form of this URL, we will be sending user to the home component. Whenever we get this URL, we will sending to home component. Whenever we get this URL, we will be sending to home component. In all case, we will go to the home component. But important is we have to make this structure like this so that it should be a valid page and user should be able to go to that page. Now what we will do, now put this routing in your code and then we will go ahead. In the app.js, after chat, we will put these three lines of the code. Now what we will do, we have the URL which I created here, and each URL is of this type or this type or this type, and each URL has a proper appropriate routing. This is the routing. Now what I will do, I will redirect this user to this URL. So let's redirect this to this URL. To redirect to this URL, we have the code I gave few days back. We can use this method, this.props.history.push, and I will put the URL. So this is the way which we send the user to this URL, any URL. We can use any URL to send the user to. This should be the internal URL, not the external URL. And this should have the proper routing. Then only you can send it. I gave in the chat, just put this one. Okay, now we'll test the condition whether we are able to go to this page or not. So I will put the keyword, maybe I will say food, then I'll put the location San Jose, and then I'll say click search. Once I click search, you will see in the URL I get search all food, latitude, longitude, county, San Jose, and user is on the same home command because home component, because we mentioned in the routing that if URL is there, user go to home component. So user is in home component, but user URL is changed to this format. Let's try to put only the keyword, for example food, and I enter it. Once I put food enter, I am changing the URL to search keyword food, and I am on the same component. Let's put only location now, Santa Clara. Okay, there is some problem with the Google. What is the reason of getting this proxy console? Okay, let's try it now again. I'll say San Jose. I think some problem with the Google. I'm getting this map correctly. Okay, let's try San Jose, and I will click search. Once I click search, you will see in the URL I have searched location, latitude, longitude, county, and San Jose, and keyword is not there because I did not search keyword. If I search both, I think somehow when I redirect user, this is losing the API. We are not getting the API key. Why? Let's okay. I have to look into this error. Why this error is coming? Because when I'm searching and redirecting user, at that point it's losing the API. So somehow it's not getting the API. Okay, something is wrong actually. Why it's wrong? Okay, I will look into the API also because it's not coming all the time. Maybe somehow it's losing the API key when I am redirecting, but that I will see how to fix it. And whether it's a problem or not, I have to research on it little bit. So just remember we are in this location and we are able to now we are able to get the location and what user is trying to search. Now our results should be based on this search, which we will do tomorrow. So based on this search, I will try to get the results based on the search. But how to get this search field? Whenever user is searching here, how to know what is the latitude, what is the longitude, what is the county, what is this? So if I do in the home command, if I do console.log props are this dot props, let's see what is coming in the props, and I will refresh the page. Once I refresh the page, you will see props are in the props. You have too many things, and if I go to match, I will go the params. In the params, I can see the address, which is in the URL. This address. I can see the boundary, which is in the URL. This is the boundary. Latitude, which is in the URL. This is the latitude. Longitude, which is in the URL. So whatever we are putting in the URL, it is coming here in the match params, and all data is coming here. So we will be able to know from the URL what user is trying to search, and based on this criteria, I will try to change my this results query in the Firebase. So in the Firebase, I will change the query based on the query which I am getting in the URL. That's it for today. Tomorrow we will, based on the URL, we will try to get the data from the Firebase.